All right, so we're gonna go over and try to find teams, honestly, that could possibly make Phainon look the best. So as you see here, the first team is with Sunday, Huahua, and Bronya, and what we're gonna do is we're initially just going to try and get into the ultimate stage, and then we're gonna go ahead and check out his absolute, like, the meteor crush and then the single target damage. So we're gonna run a few different setups here, and I'm curious to see, like, overall how well he does in comparison with different team comps and the like, right? So we're gonna go ahead and just try to get him into that state as quickly as possible, and optimally probably would be better to hold on to Bronya, but we're here now, right? So again, that's just what we're going to focus on doing, is trying to get him to showcase that damage potential that he is just really damn good at. So we're going to go ahead and do Huahua's restore here, target him, restore, and actually get an attack bonus. So that's actually very good. And now we'll go ahead and just use the ultimate. And before we even attack, let's go ahead and see what he's rocking with. So memory imprint, damage increased by 40%. This should be from Huahua. Blazing Sun, obviously. Arcadia we got. Wave Strider we have. Fire and Light, Bind, Virtue, and Vice. I don't actually know what that's from. Attack boost, we have this from him. Bind of Flames. Okay, so we have quite a bit of damage here, so which is very good. Obviously we have all of that, that's just from himself. Okay, so we can see here critical hit rate is only 93.7%, and then 340.7% of critical damage. So let's go ahead and check out what he is capable of doing with this giga powerful attack. All right, so 423,000. So let's go ahead, leave this. So this time around we have Ruan Mei instead of Huahua, because of the fact that, a lot of people really want to use the damage comparison, and Phainon is arguably way better with just harmony characters than any sustain character you have. So we're going to do that. We're going to check him out with every single composition possible. So we're going to go ahead and do Bronya first, which is good. Now we're going to do Phainon skill here. We're not going to use Bronya's ability until we can actually activate all the other abilities. So boom. Should be what, 1, 2, and then okay, 7 we currently have. So we're gonna do another single target. That's fine. Now we're gonna be good to go. So Bronya right here, very good. And now we are just going to activate everything else, because that's gonna enable us to get into our transform state with Phainon. And yeah, this damage is probably going to be ridiculous. And now we're going to activate Phainon's ultimate right here. Attack bonus. All right, so again, before we start, let's go ahead and check it out. Very good. We have 22 buffs this time. So the previous total amount was 423,000 with 1 sustain. And I'm curious to see what we get up to now. Oh my, yeah, okay, 567. Okay, yeah, that is definitely a difference right there. All right, so now let's go ahead and do Robin and see if we get a massive difference in terms of overall damage again. So get the attack boost, get the Reverie, get the Glorified, and then boom. All right. Again, we want to make sure we go through our whole normal cycle again. Bronya gets going. Phainon gets a little bit of damage in right here. That's good. We do want Robin to get hit. Use your ability. A little awkward not being able to have the... That's fine, because we do have the global passive from Castrovis. Very happy about that. We are now going to single target. Get that going. Now we can use this. Go ahead and use the ultimate as well as the other ultimate. Get that skill point back, which is very important. So now we use Sunday. We can do that. It's really not that big of a deal. So now we're gonna ultimate. So will this be more? I don't know. Critical damage is actually higher, so let's go ahead and find out. It determines basically 478. Okay, so not as much as Ruame. That's fine, but essentially you do really just want to have Sunday and Bronya. And just to give a little context, so let's go ahead and find, so where is she? So my Bronya is not even 80, and looking at her traces, it's not even completely maxed out. So the damage could actually be higher and should be higher. It's just not, because I haven't had any real need to use her lately, and just, you know, this is what it is. Sunday here, you know, we could 10-10 the ultimate and the skill. The talent is what's really important. That's maxed out all the way. And then jumping over to, we don't really need to look at Huahua. We need to look at Ruame. She needs to have better capabilities in and of herself, but the fact that she is E1 right here is very important. So essentially Phainon, I mean, my Phainon is E1 S1. If I go over here, so for the most part, Phainon honestly is very free to play friendly. And then if you can have some good support characters, I definitely think it makes him by far better. That was the most damage I was able to actually get out with him. That 500, was it 523,000? Yeah, it's insane. And he's just gonna get better, because we look at my traces, it's not even, the ultimate's not even maxed out. I do have the skill and I do have the talent maxed out. I do think these are probably the two most important things to get maxed out with him, but the fact that everybody else can actually get better is scary. So yeah, Phainon is, he's he's beyond broken, and I can't wait to continue using him and try to like tweak stuff and try to get him better, which will come out inevitably in the future.